Nebraska, a winner. 42-17 the final. As the Cornhuskers close out the 9th undefeated and untied season in the history of Nebraska football.
Welcome to M&M Sports Podcast number 61. Tonight, we'll preview the Huskers at Penn State Saturday. Have a little Nebraska basketball talk and NFL, of course, Brian.
Going to be a little different atmosphere Saturday night for the Huskers. I know a couple of the road games that we have had this year, Husker fans have traveled well, as they always do. However, I don't expect to see 20, 30,000 red-clad fans at Penn State on Saturday night. I could be wrong,
right?
But I don't think we'll see that.
No, I wouldn't anticipate that either. I mean, Penn State always has a hell of a following for most games, even when they're not in national title contention as they were hoping they would be this year.
Yeah, for sure. Be an interesting night to see how our backup quarterback fares in a little more hostile environment than what he had at UCLA.
That's a great point. And this bye that Nebraska had, I don't know if it could have been any more advantageous than it was for Latif. He's the one that needs those reps.
Oh, for sure.
As a kid that's still figuring things out.
Yeah, and a lot of film study, I'm sure, since that UCLA game. They're going to know, or at least have a fairly good idea of what Penn State is going to throw at him on defense. And I fully anticipate Dana Holgorsen to have a good scripted start the first 20, 30 plays, maybe even that, based on scenarios, downs, and yardage. But, we were kind of talking about this right before we came on, Eric. The point spread to me is just a little baffling.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a tough one to set because of the circumstances.
Yes, yeah.
Because Penn State had those high expectations. Mm-hmm. They haven't lived up to those expectations, of course. They fire Coach Franklin, lose their starting quarterback, so things have changed in a way, but at the same time, it's still a very tough venue to win at.
Oh, for sure.
And they still have a lot of talent on that roster.
Yep.
So Vegas setting this line, I bet they find that one somewhat challenging.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of just barely touched on that last week, but it's not like Penn State got bad athletes overnight.
Right.
They're coming off a phenomenal season last year. They've had some bad luck. They've run into some tough teams. And when you're on top, you get everybody's best effort.
Sure.
But this is a great opportunity for Nebraska to steal a win here.
That'd be the best way to put it. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, Penn State's coming off a nice 28-10 win at Michigan State, which should give them, a little bit of momentum. The game before that, they play Indiana right down to the wire, 27-24, lost just by 3 points against one of the nation's best teams. So if you just go back the last 2 weeks, they're playing pretty good ball, feeling good about themselves.
Yep.
Hence that line that Vegas said. Yep. I'm guessing they're gauging that off of these last couple weeks and the fact that Nebraska is playing with a backup quarterback and TJ Latif, and as good as he looked, there's still a learning process that takes place with a kid that's going to make his second career start.
And we should not be expecting Latif to complete 13 of 15 passes on Saturday night, because that's not going to happen.
That's not realistic.
I expect him to maybe have to use his legs a little more Saturday night. We're going to see a steady dose of Emmett Johnson on Saturday night, and look for a lot of quick reads, quick plays.
That would be best, I would say.
You essentially, on a pass play, you're looking at your first read. If it's not there, you either tuck it and run or you throw the ball out of bounds and live to play another down.
As we talked about, just continue to try to simplify things for him.
Yep, absolutely.
Make things as easy as you can for, like I said, a kid that's just making a second career start. Looking at some Penn State stats here.
Yep.
After losing their starting quarterback a few games ago, they've gone to a freshman, kind of a catchy name here, freshman by the name of Ethan Grunkemeyer, 6'2", 212-pound freshman. Overall numbers thus far, I would say a little bit of a mixed bag. 689 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's where things stand in the brief time that he has started for Penn State. So you have 2 young quarterbacks squaring off, basically.
Yep.
Is where we're at.
A lot of unknowns.
Yes.
A lot of unknowns.
Great way to put it.
I am looking here at the ESPN has their matchup predictor, Eric.
Okay.
Based on the analytics of the teams. And, I mean, this follows suit with that 9.5-point spread right now. This has Penn State at a 70% chance to win the game.
Sure.
I do, and I'll stick to my prediction before the season. I went with Penn State. I still think Penn State has a great chance to win this game. I don't think it's a 70% chance. I think it's more like a 55 to 45.
Okay.
It's going to be a coin toss.
I'd go with 60.
Yeah.
60. I'd go 60-40, 60% Penn State.
So we're in the ballpark. We're in the same ballpark here.
Yeah, one kid Nebraska is going to have to try to do their best to contain is running back Katron Allen, senior, 5'11", 217-pound senior, 163 carries, 917 yards. Averages 5.6 a carry and 12 touchdowns.
And we've struggled against the run all season.
Yeah,
I mean we've faced some good running backs this year, and they've seemed to eat us alive.
I think that dude's going to get an abundance of carries. We'll say.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Right.
You know,
I would run him until we stop.
Yes.
Until we stop it.
Our pass defense is pretty adequate. We're pretty strong there. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have to throw the ball, why would you?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Unless you're facing 3rd and long.
On their end, that would be trying to simplify things.
Absolutely.
Yep. For sure.
I'm on board with that. So predictions here, Eric. What kind of a night are you expecting out of, let's start with Emmett Johnson. What kind of diet are you looking at our star running back to have against the Nittany Lions?
I'm going to try to keep this somewhat realistic. I don't think he's going to have the same type of production he's had recently, but I think it'll be at least adequate. I'm looking at anywhere from 20. I'll just put a number on it. Let's say 21 carries for, let's go 95 yards.
Okay.
How's that sound? Right in that vicinity.
Yeah.
And
I'm not far off of you. I'm thinking he might get just a couple more carries. I'm looking at about 25 for about 105, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, we're pretty close then.
I think he'll snag about 2 to 3 passes. The yardage won't be there.
Okay, I was going to say that can be the difference if he can.
It could be, yes.
Snag a couple and get in the open field.
Yeah.
3 for 103 that last game.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You know that's not going to happen.
That's extremely productive. I look 3 to 4 for maybe 30 to 35 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're looking at around 140 to 150 total yards right in there.
Yes, I do. I think he's capable of that.
The bottom line is he can't win this game by himself.
No.
Everybody's got to step up. Offensive line, they need to step up and do their part. Give Latif a little bit of time to find our stud receivers.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can get a little separation.
This game will be won on the offensive and defensive line. If those two can step up for the Big Red, we will win this ball game. If either or falters, then it's going to be a long night for us.
Sure.
That's just I think the way it's going to be.
Do we have to win the turnover battle in your opinion, or can we just be even and have a chance to win?
If both of our lines are stepping up, I think we could be even and win.
Okay.
But but it's going to take both of them to play extremely well.
Right. If they're not on their A game, then we might have to be plus one in the turnover department or plus two, perhaps.
Something big in the special teams game, maybe.
Right.
You can't put it all on. You can't put it all on a freshman quarterback. You got to have somebody step up. It would be great to see a big play on defense. It'd be great to see somebody come up with a pick six or a sack strip. Whatever the case may be.
On defense, or how about special teams?
Special teams would be great.
How about a big punt return or a big kick return or a blocked field goal or something along those lines where we're blocking a Penn State field goal, of course. Somewhere where you can gain.
Get a little spark.
Yep. Exactly.
We'll see what happens.
I'm going to go. I have a prediction here. Let's go 27-20 Penn State.
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
I'm not far off of you. I'm going to go 24-21 Penn State.
Okay.
That's I've thought a lot about this game in the last few days, and I want to give us the win. I don't think we're there.
Right.
I hope I'm wrong. I was wrong 2 weeks ago. I hope I'm wrong this week.
Yeah, I mean, we've had plenty of time to prepare. We hope that is advantageous.
Hopefully we have some guys coming back that missed that UCLA game. I know there was a couple guys that were big omissions from the team, and hopefully they're healed up and ready to go.
Right, yes. Buys, that is supposed to be the biggest advantage, is your team is the more rejuvenated, fresh team, whereas Penn State just came off a game against Michigan State. So we hope that plays a factor for sure come Saturday night, 6 o'clock in Happy Valley.
Let's see what happens, and go Big Red, right?
Yes.
All right, let's move on, Eric, from Husker football to Husker volleyball. It has been an exciting season, to say the least. New coach coming in, Coach Danny Busboom Kelly. Maybe expectations were tempered a little bit. I know mine were. Here we are, 26 games into the season. They're a perfect 26-0. Here's the mind-boggling part, Eric, and I want you to really think about this. They've only lost 7 sets all season.
That is
in 26 games.
I don't even know how to describe that. That's next level domination. Yeah. I mean, that's off the charts.
Here's something even more incredible. In Big Ten play, they've played a total of 49 sets. They're 48-1.
That is
48-1.
That's probably. I mean, I'd have to go look back and look at all the years that Coach Cook coached Nebraska, but this has to be right up there.
It's got to be
against any of his best teams to this point, anyway.
It's got to be
right.
I mean, I don't know the full background, but that is mind-boggling. Here's another one I'm going to throw at you. We are 10-0 against ranked opponents this year.
Which is really nothing new.
No.
That's just the same old.
This is the rankings of when we played them. But we beat number 3 Pitt, number 6 Stanford, number 7 Kentucky, number 22 Utah, number 18 Creighton, Penn State at number 16, Purdue at 12, Wisconsin 11, Minnesota 22, and the USC Trojans at number 17. All right. On top of that 10-0 record against the ranked teams, they have another shot here coming up at another ranked opponent. They host Iowa on Thursday night. Iowa's 14-14, but they are at Indiana on Saturday. Indiana is ranked number 17 in the country. They are 21-5.
Yeah, Brian, for a while, I was hoping Nebraska would maybe lose a game because it's so hard to go undefeated in any and every sport. But now I'm to the point where I'm thinking, forget it. I think we're that good that it's feasible. It is possible that Nebraska volleyball could run the table.
Let's just win out.
Yes. Okay, Saturday, Nebraska with a crazy impressive 105-99 win over the Oklahoma Sooners, Brian.
Not a rival that we've played on the basketball court for a while. What a great win. I mean, the Oklahoma historically is a pretty darn good program. This was a great challenge for Nebraska. They are now 4-0 on the season and still own that nation longest winning streak of 8 in a row, Eric.
Yeah, neutral site win.
Yep.
Those come in real handy come NCAA, tournament selection time. Obviously, any road win is huge, but neutral site wins carry some weight as well, especially against a pretty good Oklahoma squad that made the big dance last year. Lost early to Connecticut, exit in the first round, but Porter Moser, the old coach from Chicago, Illinois, who led them to a Final Four once upon a time. So.
And there's some good pedigree.
Pretty good credentials, for sure.
I'm not sure, but I think I read that this was the highest scoring game at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, and without going to overtime. The 105 set a record for that arena, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Nebraska down 51-44 at halftime, outscores Oklahoma 61-48 in that second half, and goes on to win, like Brian said, 105-99. Red hot shooting for Nebraska. 34-59 from the field, just over 57%. 15 of 27 on threes. That's incredible. That's 55.6. You don't want to have to rely on that all year, but boy, it sure came in handy in this game.
You're going to win a lot of games shooting 50+% from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
Eric. And you follow it up. They were 22 of 28 from the foul stripe. I mean, all in all, they had a remarkable shooting night.
The stat line in general is just fun. Free throws, 22 of 28 for 78.6%, which is, acceptable.
Sure.
Oklahoma, 19 of 21 from the line, just over 90%.
Yep.
So props to them.
Absolutely.
Rebounds, Nebraska 29-26, won the rebounding advantage by 3. In the stat of all stats, the one I always like to pay close attention to, the assist to turnover ratio. Listen to this, Nebraska, 20 assists to 5 turnovers.
Again,
that's amazing.
That's another stat that if you continue to put up those kind of numbers, I don't care who you're playing, if you can have a 20-5 ratio, you're going to win a lot of games.
Oklahoma was pretty good, 18 assists to 9 turnovers, but that 20-5, that's one of the better assist to turnover ratios I can remember Nebraska having in recent history.
Yep, absolutely.
Points in the paint, Nebraska won that 38-28 over Oklahoma. So you're looking at a plus 10 points in the paint, and then 3-pointers like we talked about. Nebraska hit 15 to Oklahoma's 14, so a plus 3 in that category as far as points go. Oklahoma 14 of 37 for just over 37%. Nebraska, of course, like I said, 55%. So as far as percentages, dominated there. Just a great offensive showing. The defense, we're hoping for a little bit better, but a fun game. Bottom line, it was a fun game. People love high-scoring games, but yes, plenty to work on the defensive side of the ball. Keep that offense going. We'll say hoping for something close to this. To expect this, to try and replicate this would be asking too much, I would say.
Yeah. Just under a minute to go, Nebraska built a 9-point lead, Eric. Felt really good. And we kind of let Oklahoma stick around. They closed that gap to 4. But down the stretch, Nebraska, they had the right guys shooting free throws. Hoiberg made a couple big free throws down the stretch. Honestly, they did just enough. Cale Jacobson sealed the win with a couple free throws. but it did. It got a little dicey right at the end, but again, it's just a great win for the program, and it really should carry them into these next few games.
Right. I wanted to touch on some individual stats real quick. 5 players in double digits, which, in a perfect world, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Sure.
Iowa transfer, Price Sanford. Keep an eye on this kid. He poured in 28 points. A big gun. Transfer from Iowa. Expect big things from him this year. Rink Mass, coming back from that injury last season, contributed 26 points. We saw what he could do 2 years ago.
Yeah, he looks healthy.
He was a key cog that year.
Yep.
And he can do a little bit of everything. He can shoot from the outside along with his inside scoring ability and, of course, rebounding ability as well. Buchtengel contributed 16. We remember him from last year. And then Jamarcus Lawrence, who went to Rhode Island for 1 year and now is back at Nebraska, contributed 14 points. And scrappy Sam Hoiberg chipped in 8 points. And Jacobson, 10 points, was the other guy in double digits. So, 5 dudes in double digits. Hoiberg with 8, just a well-rounded offensive performance, great balance.
Yeah, great win. We move on now. Couple big games coming up in Kansas City.
Yep.
This week. If they can keep that momentum rolling, they could real easily be 8-0 heading into that Creighton game on December 7th.
Got the New Mexico Lobos coming up Thursday. We talked about how they have a pretty good basketball tradition.
Sure.
So, yes, that is another big game. It could be a really nice win at the end of the season.
Oh, sure.
If they could get that one and, like you said, keep that momentum going.
Yep. It's all about basketball is all about momentum. And if you can keep that inching forward as you go along, a lot of good things can happen for you.
Yeah, but this was a real eye-opener as far as the 105. This early in the year, shooting as hot as they did, that's impressive. There's no getting around that. That is an impressive shooting performance. Defense step up a little bit because the offense will regress a little.
But this team has shown they can score. They've put up 86, 96, and 105 in 3 of their games this year. So, maybe some of those teams were a slightly lesser talent, but the offense can be there.
Sure. Everything balances out, though, as you know.
Yep.
So, expect probably a little better defense and not hitting 15 of 27 from 3. Don't fall in love with that 3.
Yeah.
Focus on trying to pound it inside and take those threes when they're available.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, going back to Thursday, Brian, the New England Patriots just keep rolling along. 27-14 win over the New York Jets, improving to 9-2.
Boy, they look tough, don't they? They're doing everything right, Eric.
They're saying, people, you don't believe in us, we're just going to keep winning until you do.
Yeah,
until you
exactly.
do. Yep, over in Madrid, Spain, a battle of teams that have had horrific seasons. Miami with a 16-13 overtime win over Washington. Green Bay at New York Giants find a way to win 27-20. They lost Josh Jacobs, running back. I think they're saying he's week to week. So, that's something
loss.
Green Bay's going to have to overcome and have other guys step up.
Absolutely.
But a nice win, finding a way to win without your stud running back. Moving on, Tampa Bay loses in a shootout to Josh Allen in Buffalo, 44-32. He accounted for 6 touchdowns, looked like the freak of all freaks that game. He owned that game, showing everybody, he's still that superstar, one of the best, if not the best player in the game.
Yeah, don't forget about him.
Right. Pittsburgh rolls the Bengals 34-12. Cincinnati's season is looking like it's in a state of despair right now.
I think it's safe to say that I'm going to count them out at this point.
That's fair.
Yep.
Pittsburgh with a much-needed win to get to 6-4, I believe.
And, yes.
Reclaim the hold on that division for the time being. Houston goes to Tennessee and gets back to 5-5 with a hard-fought 16-13 win at the Tennessee Titans. Bears win on a walk-off field goal at Minnesota. They currently are first in the NFC North.
The Bears just keep winning,
They
too.
find ways.
Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite of what the Bears have done forever, where they find ways to lose.
Yes,
so credit to them for finding ways to win this year. Carolina, surprise team this year, goes to Atlanta, ekes one out in overtime 30-27. I believe that's their 6th win.
Yes.
Yep. So they are playoff relevant right now in the NFC. They're right there in the mix. Jacksonville clobbers the Chargers 35-6. Bye week coming up for the Chargers, and I think they could use one. I think maybe their tanks were running on empty a little bit. I heard guys on ESPN talking about the travel that they've done lately, not to make excuses, but maybe that caught up with them a little bit, and they're pretty banged up, so a bye week comes at a great time for the Chargers.
That one did catch me a little off guard.
Right. Yeah. I didn't think it'd be that lopsided if Jacksonville were to win.
Absolutely.
So a good win for Jayville. The Rams win a hard-fought battle against a surprise Seattle team this year, 21-19. The Rams continue to look like one of the best teams in the NFC and all of the NFL right now.
5 straight.
Baltimore wins one they had to win at Cleveland, gets back to 5-5.
Yeah, they're a game back right now.
They've won 4 in a row. Yep, we talked about that schedule presenting an opportunity for them a month ago.
Yep.
And they've taken advantage of it.
Advantage.
The big game, Denver walks one off against the Chiefs, 22-19. Brian, is it all over for the Chiefs? Is everything said and done? Are they out of the playoffs?
My answer is not yet. They're hanging by a thread. Mm-hmm. A lot rides on this game coming up this week. With a loss this week, the Chiefs are done. With a win, they're still in a great position. But I think a lot rides on this week for them, Eric.
Right. I think what is lost, more than likely, is the AFC West.
Yeah, that streak has come to a close.
There is going to be a new winner of that division this year for the first time in forever.
Barring something ridiculous.
Right.
Yep.
But as you listen to people overreact like everybody does,
sure.
Everybody that has a team that they root for, everybody does the same thing. People that say it's over, I would say, not so fast.
Not so fast.
As I broke down these last 7 games for the Chiefs, what I came up with was 5-2. I have them beating the Colts Sunday, like you said, in the game that they really need. They need it bad. The Colts have a little more margin for error.
Sure they do.
They can afford a loss more than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs find a way to win that one. All due respect to the Colts. Chiefs go to Dallas. I think they win that game as well. Houston comes calling. I have them winning that game. And then I had them getting a split versus I had them beating the Titans. And then I have them, splitting the Chargers, Broncos, and then losing to the Raiders at the end of the year.
Wow.
How's that for something insane?
Wow.
That would give you your 5-2.
Okay. Yeah, really, they do have a relatively favorable schedule down the stretch. I think at this point, the way the AFC is shaping up, I think 5-2 would put them at 10-7. I think that would probably get them in the playoffs at this point. And once they're in, anything can happen with Kansas City.
Yeah.
We know that.
10-7 will have them right there on the cusp.
So, a lot's we're going to find out a lot here in these next couple of weeks. But really, to me, it all hinges on Sunday's game against the Colts.
Right. No, I think they're going to go 5-2. Each and every game, I doubt it'll play out like one might guess, but that's what I have. I think it's going to be right in that 5-2 range.
Okay.
With maybe a misstep with the game you would expect him to win.
Sure.
Whether it be Tennessee or the Raiders, we'll say.
Yeah. I obviously, I would love to see the Raiders get that win. As as a somewhat Raider fan, I am really struggling for something good to happen this season.
Right.
But right now,
the Raiders would get up for that game if they could ruin the Chiefs' season. That's for sure.
If that would keep them out of the playoffs, yes.
They would play that.
Raider Nation will
that
come
would be
alive.
like their Super Bowl.
Yes. Yep.
Anyway, that's where everything stands. Yep. Like I said, the Chiefs aren't out of anything yet, but they are teetering.
They're teetering. Absolutely, they are.
For sure.
Yep.
Okay, upcoming games here. Let's go to Thursday.
Let's do it.
Buffalo coming off that exciting 44-32 win over Tampa Bay. They head to red-hot Houston. Buffalo is a 6-point favorite on Thursday night at Houston.
I think Buffalo needs this win to try to keep pace with the Patriots. I think Buffalo gets the win on the road.
I think they win and cover. I don't think Houston has enough firepower to hang in there.
I agree.
Pittsburgh heads to the Bears. Bears 2.5 on Sunday.
That'll be a fun game.
Yeah.
I think I think the Bears are gonna kind of make a statement here and get this win over the Steelers.
Okay. Yeah. The Jets travel to Baltimore. Baltimore a 13.5-point favorite. Another game they're expected to win.
This is a game that, seeing what happens with that Pittsburgh-Chicago game, Baltimore could move into a tie for the division lead with the win.
Giants head to Detroit. The Lions, a 10.5-point favorite over the Giants. We don't know who's starting at quarterback for sure for the Giants in this one, whether it be Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson. We'll see. Detroit
needs the win here. I think Detroit gets the win.
Yeah, they need that pretty bad coming off that loss to the Eagles, which we should touch on a little bit. That was a big clash. The Eagles just won an ugly one, but who cares? It's a great win for the Eagles, who are now 8-2.
The Eagles have won a lot of ugly ones this year, but it doesn't matter how you win,
They
right?
can win any way.
Yep.
New England, red hot. Patriots head to the Bengals. New England, 8.5-point favorite at Cincy.
Yeah, they stay hot. Cincy's not slowing them down.
Seattle heads to Tennessee. Seattle, a 13-point favorite.
Seattle's going to bounce back after that loss to the Rams on Sunday. Look for Seattle to win this one big.
Okay. Minnesota travels to Green Bay. Old rivalry. Green Bay, 6.5. Give me the Vikings plus 6.5.
You know what? I'm going to take the Vikings. Vikings are going to win this game straight up.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't go there, but I'll say Vikings cover that 6.5 right down to the end. Team wins by a field goal.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. Indy heads to KC. That game we discussed. Kansas City by 3 at home. Arrowhead Stadium will be rocking in a huge game. Give me the Chiefs minus the 3.
Give me the Colts for the win.
I like it.
I'm going with the Colts, Eric.
Okay. Jacksonville heads to Arizona. Jacksonville 2.5.
Yeah. Not a whole lot to see there. I think Jags get the win, though.
Okay. Cleveland heads to Vegas. Take on your Raiders. Raiders 3.5-point favorite. Will all fans have bags over their heads?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Cleveland and Raiders fans
you're
alike.
You're going to have,
It's a brown bag special.
Maybe brown bags on their head and trash bags over their jerseys.
Right. Atlanta heads to the Saints. Saints a 2-point favorite.
Give me the Falcons in that one.
Okay. Philly 3.5 at Dallas.
This division is Philly's to lose. They've got some leeway there, but I think they go on the road and get the win.
Okay, Tampa Bay heads to the Rams. Rams 6.5-point favorite. You can give me Tampa Bay in this one to keep it close, cover that 6.5.
I'm going to go just a little further. I'm going to say Tampa Bay with the win, Eric.
Okay.
They're going to snap their 2-game skid and retake control of the NFC South.
And then Monday night, Carolina gets featured on Monday night. So anybody that hasn't had a chance to watch them this year that feels like checking them out, they head to San Fran, take on the Niners. Niners are a 7-point favorite.
Niners with the win.
Okay.
Yep. 49ers are going to get that W.
That concludes our NFL slate. Got our thoughts on all that.
Be a lot of good games to tune into this weekend. None bigger, I think, than probably Kansas City and Indianapolis, at least as far as the Midwest goes.
Right.
But
as far as local viewing in general, we have that tournament in KC for Nebraska basketball that starts on Thursday. Where's our volleyball team play?
Volleyball Thursday night is at home against the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Okay. And then, of course, we have the big Husker football game at Penn State Saturday night at 6 o'clock. Happy Valley. And then KC in a huge game Sunday at noon at Arrowhead Stadium versus the Colts.
If you can't find something to watch over the next few days, you're not looking very hard.
Right.
I want to thank everyone once again. We appreciate you tuning in and listening and getting our takes every week. And we'll be back again next week.
Have a great night.